I don't know about y'all, but I am over learning through pain. As activated alchemists and chosen ones, those of us who have done and are doing the work in and on ourselves from a root chakra level, raising our Kundalini serpent firepower up through our bodies to our crowns to be crowned so that we're sitting on the throne of our power, of our purpose, and of our pussies. We are done learning through pain. We are now choosing to learn through pleasure. Welcome to Alcheminity, because turning pain into power is sexy. I am your host and creator of this colony and the many colonies we are building around our globe, hell, around our galaxies at this point. I am your queen bee, Miss Burgess, if you're nasty. Now listen, I want y'all to pay attention to the images on the screen. I have felt a strong calling to shift or pivot Alcheminity and what I share here as content. And doing this work in and on ourselves, we are constantly evolving and we are constantly being guided by our spiritual guides, our ancestors, and non-physical beings. But most importantly, and at the top of that list, we are being guided by our pussies. Yeah. We are being guided by our kitties, our yannis. When you do this work on a root chakra level, your pussy will guide you to your purpose. And so, my yanni, my womb, my pussy is guiding me to show y'all more luxury as well as myself, okay? In order to turn our pain into power, in order to activate not only all that we've been called to do and undo, not only are we activating and awakening and remembering our beauty and our pleasure, but we are remembering luxury. We are remembering and reminding our bodies, our pussies, our wombs, our minds that it is okay to receive. This is why we do this work on a root chakra level. We do this work on a root chakra level. We do this work in our yannis and our pussies, which is why when you work one-on-one with me in our community exclusives, or if you become a member over on Patreon, an initiate, or a come member, we do this work in our yannis and our pussies. Not a lot of the times many of us have experienced some sort of sexual trauma, whether that be through rape or molestation. Many of us and you can and have experienced sexual trauma through unhealthy relationships, unhealthy sexual ties, being in a romantic sexual relationship with somebody who was toxic as fuck. Hello. Or somebody who was a narcissist or a manipulator, somebody who tried to play with your mind as well as your body. That is also a form of sexual trauma, because what your body remembers is traumatic. What your pussy remembers is traumatic. And so what happens is the womb, the yannis, the pussies, our bodies will shut down. We will start responding in fight or flight mode. This has affected us mentally. This has affected us physically and emotionally. This is why many of us have suffered from extreme levels of anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, which is why many of us have put on weight, gained weight, right? Skin breaking out, trying to figure out what's wrong with your body, what's wrong with your skin, why you're lacking confidence. It's because we have shut ourselves down. Our wombs and our yannis have shut themselves off from receiving. We have forgot what it meant or what it means to receive, and not just receive pain, but we have forgot what it means to receive pleasure. Hello? Being even in sexual connections with somebody who couldn't necessarily touch you the way you needed to be touched, hold you the way you needed to be held, caress you, look at you the way you needed to be. We have forgotten what it feels like to be worshipped. Are y'all hearing me? This has been a detriment. This has been to a detriment of our bodies and our minds and our purposes and our yannis and our wombs, right? Our nervous systems are deregulated. Our hormones are deregulated. Our health is thrown off track. And we're trying to figure out what's wrong. Well, this is what is wrong. The reason and what is really wrong. This is the reason. What's really wrong is we have forgotten how to not just receive pain, but pleasure. And so Alcheminity is evolving, and which is why I felt guided to, put these images on the screen so that we can remember what luxury feels like, what it looks like to experience luxury in all of its different forms, whether through dining, lighting candles, having a spa day at home, giving ourselves facials, as you know I talk about all the time. When you're on the dark night of the soul odyssey, when you're an activated alchemist and chosen one, when you are listening to the calling of your yoni, of your pussy, you are guided to make healing tonics at home, right? Remembering what it looks like to not just pleasure ourselves, but to take care of ourselves in a way that feels sensual, that reminds us of being worshiped, that reminds us of worship, that reminds us of who and what we really are. So I want y'all to close your eyes, breathe in deeply, and exhale the pain. We are done. Yes, we are alchemists. We've had to learn how to turn our pain into power. But now we are learning to turn our power into pleasure. Yeah. So I want you to close your eyes. Okay. Breathing in the luxury, exhaling the pain, breathing in the pleasure. We now turn our power into pleasure. We are done with the pain and we are turning our power into pleasure. I think I might even change the motif because turning pain into power is sexy. I might change the motif because turning power into pleasure is sexy. What do y'all think about that? I think I might change the motif. Let me know what you think about that. So let's close our eyes. Exhale the pain, inhale the pleasure through luxury and luxury experiences, right? Everything we touch, taste, smell, hear, see will be in alignment with our pleasure and our power. We are now following our pleasure. We are now following the voice and the calling of our pussies into pleasure, into luxury. Breathing that in, exhaling the other shit out. We are done with pain. We've had enough of that, have we not? In a world that whispers that we must earn our power through struggle, especially as women, especially as melanin women, brown women, okay, we choose a more tantalizing path. We are the alchemists of our own desires, learning that transformation can flow from the exquisite art of pleasure. Yeah. We are going to let every luxurious detail awaken something deep in us, deep in our wombs, deep in our pussies, deep in our yonis, deep in our minds, our hearts, our bodies. We are here to redefine power as something nurtured by joy, by the slow, sensual unfolding of our desires, right? We are redefining power no longer from pain, but from pleasure. Here at Alcheminity, pleasure isn't just an indulgence. It's a path. It's a doorway. It's an initiation into confidence, into our beauty, remembering our beauty and embracing our own sensual power. Imagine this. Imagine that each ripple of pleasure is a lesson. Our lessons are now through pleasure, no longer through pain. Imagine that each moment of indulgence is a reminder that we are worthy, that you are worthy. So I want you to let yourself luxuriate in the idea that you can grow not through deprivation, that you can grow and evolve not just through pain, but through delight, right? Through delight. That your sensuality is your birthright, a source of strength and magnetism. So I invite you to create your own rituals of luxury. Okay. Let a simple touch become a sensual awakening. This is what we do over on Patreon. This is what we do on one-on-one exclusive with me. We remember our power and our purpose. We pay attention to our bodies by touching through sacred self-touch. Let a glance in a mirror be an act of worship. Every time you look at yourself in the mirror, every time you walk past a mirror or reflection of yourself, stop and admire yourself, touch yourself, choke yourself a little bit. Hello, smack your own ass a little bit, grip that shit and remind yourself, that you are worthy of this pleasure. And if there is any pain, that the pain induces pleasure. Some of us like a little bit of right? Some of us like a little bit of choking, like a little bit of hair pulling. Hello? That's the only pain that we're experiencing going forward. Hello? Yes? So when you walk past a mirror, admire yourself, right? Teach yourself that you can be powerful through pleasure, that you can be empowered, that you are empowered by your own sensuality, right? On my journey through my dark night of the soul odyssey, as we always talk about, remembering my purpose and my power, remembering my erotic purpose, remembering my eroticism, which is a part of my purpose and many of your purposes as well, which is why you're here at Alcheminity. I remembered that the most taboo truth is that pleasure itself can be a teacher, not just pain. Again, we're done learning through pain. We're tired of that shit. We've been there, done it, got the t-shirt mounted, the motherfucking flag. We're done. Right? I remember that to touch my own skin with reverence, to adorn myself in what delights me, is to declare that I am worthy of a life rich with beauty and desire. And the same for you. Remembering to touch your skin with reverence, remembering to adorn yourself, right? Adorning yourself with the perfumes you like, with the oils you like, with the jewelry you like, is an initiation, is a remembrance into reminding yourself that you're worthy of a life of rich and beauty, being desired, being admired. This is our alchemy, okay? This is our sacred ritual. We turn the ordinary into extraordinary. We've learned from the lushness of life itself. We're choosing to now, going forward. Let this be our New Year's resolution. Our New Year's resolution is starting right fucking now. We're not waiting until 2026. We're not waiting until the fireworks. No. Right now, let this be our New Year's resolution. Okay? We are choosing to walk and activate into a world where our sensuality is celebrated, where our pleasure is our power, not just our pain, not anymore, and where we are invited to learn through the art of pure, luxurious delight. Okay? This is our declaration to ourselves right now. So, with that said, I invite you all over to my Patreon, become an initiate or a come member, whatever you feel guided to do. Okay? If you're ready to work one-on-one with me to remember your beauty and your luxury and your confidence and activating all of your power through pleasure, through the art of sacred self-touch, i.e., masturbation. It's time to work one-on-one with me. Again, become a member over on Patreon. And let's remember that we no longer turn pain into power, but we now turn power into pleasure. And it feels so damn good. I'll see y'all next time. Ciao.